Yeah, we're back. The Wayward Souls at a double tap in. This is the Obama episode.
Wow.
44, man. The
Wow.
Obama episode.
The Obama episode. Nice job.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done.
So, and the next one's going to be, of course, the Trump episode. So we might as well stir up the policies and political shit right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We got an email yesterday at work about all that, like your political stance and what you can and can't do while you're at work. And I was like, and I don't give a shit. Delete.
Yep.
I'm not talking about it.
Yep. Exactly right.
So
no, I had it was Saturday, sitting home, and nobody rings the doorbell here except for FedEx, and that's it. Because there's a sign on the front door that says, "You ring the doorbell, the dogs will bark, I will flip my shit." Well, the doorbell rings, I get up, and I recognize both people. I'm not going to say who they were, but I recognize both people. And they wanted to discuss the Harris campaign.
Oh, I bet that was a blast.
And because I like the dude, he's a good dude. I talked to him briefly, and he said, "Can we count on your support?" And I said, no. And this is my reason why, or my reasons why. And he goes, "Nope, I respect it. I'll see you around soon, da, 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 da." And I said, "Yeah, you will. We see each other all the time. So it won't be that long." That's how it should go.
Absolutely.
There should not be anger, resentment, the loss of friendships, none of that kind of shit over fucking politics.
Yeah.
And I did tell him, I said, "Look, you can take this for what it's worth. I don't think either one of them should be."
Oh, right.
Okay. But these are the two choices that we have. And, I worry more about the country because of the two candidates, the two choices that we have more than anything else, really. So,
yeah,
that's the best we fucking got. Holy shit.
Yeah. It was said a couple years ago. I don't remember what the election or who was running in the election. And they were talking about, well, what happens if this person loses? What happens if this person loses? Like, who loses in this? And like, fucking everybody loses.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a good candidate.
Correct.
Like, you just got to pick the lesser of two evils. And then, like, once you've made your mind up, like, there's no point. Like, turn the fucking TV off. Don't watch cable. Don't watch the news. Like, everything else is just trying to incite you. Like, you've made your mind up.
Yep.
Like that gentleman that's talking to you. He's not changing it. No. And there's no amount of persuasion or anger or anything on either part that's going to change it. That's going to change either one of you.
Yep.
So
correct.
Once you make your mind up, congratulations. Don't watch any of the other shit.
Yeah.
And get on with your life.
Yep. I can't wait for the second week in November.
Right?
Just get it the fuck over with. Let things calm down, that week after election day, and then get on with your fucking life.
Right. Like, let's just get what's fucking next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Fucking off the rails again. Not even 5 minutes.
That. Just that fucking fast.
I'm gonna stop putting what the episode is about. I'm just gonna put the number, and you figure it out.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's going to be everything.
In the comment section, that's you tell us what the episode was about. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't have any idea. Who the fuck did I run into the other day? And it's our typical conversation. It went from fishing to hunting to smoking meats to days gone by. It was just a great conversation. It's the life that we live.
Yeah.
I
had to run over.
I don't even want to focus on anything. That's how I want to live it.
Yeah. I was working my short week last week, and I had to run over to Salisbury to drop some stuff off, and I had to stop by Station 16, and I was talking to Big Dog about something, and I was like, "What is Chief Frampton in? You know, the fire chief,
The fire chief,
the Rob Frampton, shout out. Is he in?" And they're like, "Yeah, I think so." So I go walking up and knock on the door and said, "Hey, Chief, I'm here for my interview." He's like, he turns and looks at me and says, "What are you doing here?" I said, and he says, "That's the wrong uniform." He said, "That's all I had."
Fucking traitor.
He says, "You mean you couldn't stop by your house on your way over and get anything with Salisbury on?" I was like, "I don't have anything left. Like, I got some helmet fronts, but I'm going to wear a little bit more than that coming in."
Right.
Well, or I'm going to be escorted out.
Yeah, it's been a couple years ago. I went through all of my T-shirt collection, and I got everything laid out on my bed. Took a picture of it, and Jennifer made a quilt out of all the shit.
Mm.
I had one Salisbury shirt left. I had one left, and it is now a quilt, or part of a quilt.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have one left. Like one like uniform T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't have any like Class B's or any of the Class A stuff. I have like my hardware.
Right. Yeah,
I
still have my.
I have like a blue T-shirt.
I don't think I even have my badge anymore. I know I got collar pins that came from Salisbury, but I think I can get a badge back.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to turn everything in, and they were like, "No, you can keep that. Like, you've earned it." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah. But so anyway, I get up there talking to Rob, and it was the same kind of thing. Like, you know, we get started talking about how's life being a fire chief, and he's traveled recently to a couple of really big national conferences and international conferences where him and some other folks from the department are doing the mobile integrated community health. Correct. And they're absolutely killing it. And so he's had the opportunity to travel with those folks and support them and tell them, you know, this is how the leadership is supporting that program, and just how it's taken off. Like, I remember when it started, and it's insane what they're doing now. It's awesome.
I look at that program, and I look at who's involved with it, Fippen.
Mm-hmm.
And having known Fippen for as long as I have, I go, y'all let him out in public. Not only are you allowing him out in public, you're having him interact in a very good way, a very nurturing way, a very caring way. That's not the dude I know.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what.
Hell of a fucking medic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just hell of a medic all the way across the board from day one.
Yeah.
But he was like the rest of us back in the day. So to see him go from there to doing what he's doing now with the community health shit, man, he really did grow up. Good for him.
Yeah, he is. He's just a phenomenal human being.
For sure.
Like, he really is.
Yeah, so, he was a plumber by trade,
and
got into EMS. So, yeah, he's done well.
Yeah,
done very well.
Yeah,
and proud to call him a friend. So
yeah. I can't tell you the last time I saw him, but I saw him that day when I was leaving Rob's office, and he was in eating lunch, and we stopped and chatted a bit. So it was cool to see him.
Good.
He actually helped me with my air conditioning before we got the new system. One of the fans went up, one of the motors went up, and I was like, "Fip, what do I got to do? It's too fucking hot to be doing this bullshit." And he's like, "No, you're right." He said he knew a guy that owed the guy, and the guy owed Fip, and gets this motor. I said, Fip, what do I owe you? He said, he owed me, and you've helped me with some stuff. I've covered a couple of shifts for him, I think. And he's like, we're good. I was like, Fip, no way.
Yeah.
Like that's not how this is working, my friend. Said, nah, we're good. I said, all right, is your truck unlocked at station 2? He said, yep, sure is. I said, all right. There'll be one in your cooler and there'll be one in your truck. Thanks.
Yep.
And dropped off 2 cases of beer.
Yep.
So just an excellent human being.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Salt of the earth kind of guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So what was the original topic going to be today? Canning.
Yeah, canning and jams too, right?
Yep. Jellies, jams, all that.
Yeah.
So it's no secret that we have the Double Tap Fig Farm. And
Biggest fig farm this side of the Mississippi.
Buddy, I'm going to tell you, I thought we were doing something when we got 40 or 50 pounds of figs. Last year was 102 pounds of figs. And as of yesterday, we are north of 180 pounds this year. Oh my God.
How much longer will they fruit?
Say again?
How much longer will they fruit?
Until frost.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. So they're still, Jennifer went out last night and I think got 4 pounds last night.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So here's that word again, plethora. We have a plethora of fucking figs.
Now, if for our listeners, such as he who shall not be named, if you're not sure what plethora means, it means an ass load, a lot. So
so you get to a point where you run out of ideas to do with figs. Night before last.
Oh wait, stop. Off the rails. The figs and bacon and or the prosciutto and all that. How was that?
Fuck, dude. So check my Instagram and you will see us doing the take a big fig, scoop out the center with a little melon baller, put a piece of goat cheese in that with prosciutto over it and bake that shit. Wow. Now it is for me, I'm eating it going, hey, this is pretty good, but I can make it better because I'm constantly doing that shit. I'm going to do the figs. This time I'm going to take cream cheese, bacon, fig jam, and I'm going to put all that in a food processor, put all that shit in a piping bag, hollow out the fig, pipe it into the fig, put a cute little piece of bacon on top, and pop that shit in the oven and cook it off. That was even better because I may have taken some cherry balsamic vinaigrette. And
I was just gonna ask,
buddy, talk about some shit. Fuck. That's all I can say.
As you were talking about the original version, I was like, I bet that'd be good with like a balsamic glaze drizzled over top of that.
Yep. So I did the cherry balsamic with honey, mix that shit up, put it in a squirt bottle, and squirted it on everything. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that worked out well. It looks. Yeah.
So, when you have, and a shout out to Thompson's Farm Produce, they partnered with us this year. They were picking stuff up and taking it to their produce stand. Billy, the owner of Thompson's, gave Jennifer the cutest little produce basket. Jennifer was going to make an apron with pockets in it, like you've seen all these hen house women wearing. They put eggs all over their body and shit. She's going to make one for fucking figs. Not anymore. She's got the little red Riding Hood basket, and that basket holds like 10 pounds of figs. It's huge. It's great. It's fantastic. But then you realize that you've picked 10 pounds of figs and you've only got people who want like 4 quarts or 5 quarts. So what are you going to do with that, with the other half that's remaining? Well, you get creative with jams and jellies. Jennifer has done, at my request, a strawberry fig jam, which is fantastic. She does a habanero version. She does a jalapeno version. She does all kinds of shit. So you want to preserve these things to last as long as you possibly can. So you have canning. And when you do a jelly or jam, you do something called water bathing, which is you take your sterile jars with sterile lids and you put your jam that you've made on the stovetop or in the crock pot. We got real good making jam in a crock pot, put in it at night. It's done in the morning. She can can it before she goes to work. It works out really well. It's a big process, but it works out. And then you water bath it. You dunk them in a pressure canner without the pressure part on it, and you boil it until I think it's 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. And then you take them out, you set them up, and you can literally hear the can seal. You know, it makes a pinging noise that you know. And then end of the day, when it's cool, you press to make sure they're all sealed and they're good to go. And they'll last basically forever. So Jennifer has been canning stuff for years and years and years. She loves it. She's done classes. She's done all kinds of stuff. The strangest thing that we can is deer meat. Exactly right. Exactly right. So I've had Sean Sarver. I talked about him in a previous episode. He's the one who gave me an electric smoker back in the day. Well, he also turned me on to the idea of canning deer meat. And I'm like, man, I don't know about this shit. It's canned meat. It's weird as fuck. I'm not about that life. And he said, look, man, here's what I'm going to tell you. Do me a favor. Try it one time. Just try it. That's all you got to do. All right. Cool. So Jennifer smoke checks a little deer and bring it home. We have 40 pounds of meat. And all right, we're going to can it. And I think we ended up we didn't do all 40 pounds. We did like 6 jars worth because not knowing how this shit's going to turn out. Canned it. It is 11 PSI for 90 minutes in your pressure canner if you're taking notes. You stuff the meat into your jar. You leave an inch of headspace. And then we just take a little onion wedge and put it on the top. That's it. No liquid, no salt, no pepper, no nothing.
Just raw.
Yep, raw. With a chunk of onion on top. Again, sterile jar, sterile lids. Put it in there. Cook it. Do the 90 minutes. Pop it out. And you look at it, and it looks like fucking shit. It is a nasty looking fucking meat. It's all chunked up and got the fat in it, and it just doesn't look appealing.
Really selling it right now.
Yeah, I know I am.
Okay.
And I'll tell a story about Noah and his brother Caleb here in a second. So it sat for 3 months. And
if it was here, it'd still be fucking sitting.
And for some reason, I got a wild hair at my ass. And I jumped up, went to the cabinet, and I opened a jar, expecting just to throw it away. I had a epiphany. As soon as I popped that lid and could smell it, holy shit. Smelled fucking fantastic. And I went, all right, Take a little chunk out and look at it. Holy shit.
Wait, so it cooks it in the pressure cooker?
Yep. And it is shelf stable for fucking ever. As long as the lid isn't compromised, it's good forever. Yeah. If you get over the fact of looking at it and what it is fucking phenomenal. And I'll tell you how long it lasts. That batch was done in 10 or 11. And I went through that really quick. It had to been 11, because 12, we're doing a whole fucking deer. And that's what we did a whole fucking deer. Everything but the tenderloin got cubed up. 2 years ago, so 22, I pulled out a 2012 can of venison that I didn't know we had, because we label them all, so we know when it was canned, all that shit. And I made venison stroganoff with it, and it was still fucking phenomenal. 10 years later, it was fucking phenomenal.
So no seasoning in it at all?
Just the onion. That's it. That is it. Now you can season it if you want to.
Right.
Salt, pepper, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. You have to be careful what you put in, because some things don't can very well. But
right.
It is freaking phenomenal. So then we decided, we were doing the little pint jars. We decided we like it so much that we started doing quart jars. Because if I'm going to use it in my chili, or I'm going to use it in whatever,
you're going to need more.
I'm going to need, and I'm popping 2 or 3 jars anyway. So why not just do it in a quart jar and call it good? I'm salivating right now thinking about it. So 3 years ago, I kill a couple of deer, and we're going to do the venison again, the canned venison. Noah and his brother roll in while I am processing these deer, and we start conversation. And so, what are you going to do with this? I said, well, I'm going to can it, or Jennifer's going to can it. I'm not doing shit. I won't even sterilize the jars. She does all the work.
I'm cutting it up is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm cutting it up. And so you're fucking with us. No, it's an old school thing, and people can. I've learned they can meatloaf now. They can, like ground beef, all that. You pack your jar with raw fucking hamburger and pressure can it, and it is fucking phenomenal. I mean, it's just fucking. You can do steaks. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Have you done like the ground beef and all that?
I have not, but I want to. I want to do my meatloaf recipe and do it.
Yeah,
and see how it turns out. But so I went and got a jar, and I'll never forget Caleb. The look on Caleb's face. That's Noah's younger brother. He's a smart one. He said, I saw you bring out 2 spoons or 2 forks, whatever it was. He goes, damn, that's good. I'm off the hook. That's for Noah and for me. And he realized when I handed him the fork or the spoon that he was fucked, because it wasn't for me. It was for him. And popped the top, and it took them a second. But once they smelled it, they're like, oh shit. And they ate the whole fucking jar.
Wow.
But it's just good. I mean, and it gives you another option, instead of just having frozen venison or having, whatever. It gives you another option, and it is just freaking phenomenal. It really is. Once you get over the appearance of it.
Yeah. What if you cold smoked it and then canned it? So you're not actually cooking it.
I don't see any reason why you couldn't do a regular smoke and then can it, because it's all about bringing it to a certain temperature. There was a motherfucking squirrel in my motherfucking fig tree, and he's fucking staring at me. That son of a bitch is eating my goddamn figs.
Do you have a pellet gun?
Yeah. I got a pellet gun, all right.
Yeah, you want me to wrap this one up? We're at 25 minutes.
Now we're good. Hey, you furry bastard, get out of my goddamn fig tree. We'll let my dog out. That's even better. So
If that, hang on a second. If that is not the definition of this show,
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, that was perfect.
Fucking cocksuckers. God damn it. So anyhow, the process of canning is relatively easy.
Yeah.
Be it whatever, be it water bathing vegetables, be it pressure canning meat, because you can do chicken, you can do fish, you can do any of that shit that you would normally freeze. You can certainly pressure can it, and it gives you a shelf stable product that is stable forever.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to somebody. He said, "No, I'll never do that. I'll never do another stuff." Look, let me ask you a question. What is canned soup? Do you get chunky soup? Do you get vegetable beef soup? Do you get any of that kind of shit? That's how they do it.
Yeah.
You know, they put it in a can. It's pressure canned in a freaking tin can, and to kill all the botulism shit. And that's all it is.
Yeah. That's a
And
great one.
and I, when they open up the can of venison, I said, "Smell it. And what's your first reaction as far as the smell goes?" And I don't remember if it was Heath Berkey. I don't remember who it was, but they opened it up. They smelled it and goes, "Man, that's Campbell's vegetable beef soup. That's exactly what that smells like." And I said, "Yep, but the only thing in it is venison and an onion." So I mean, it smells good.
Wow.
My opinion, it smells good. Tastes even better. And my favorite thing to do with that is, I said it before, the venison stroganoff.
Mm-hmm.
It is so simple because it is nothing more than that can of venison. Then I add cream of mushroom soup to it, get it all together, and throw in egg noodles and a couple dollops of sour cream, and
Done.
Shit simple, man, and delicious.
When you do your meatloaf recipe and you can that, you need to get one of those long jars, so that way as you
So apparently
lump of mashed potatoes in a.
So apparently there's an issue when you stuff a jar with your meat. You have to use
a suction.
you have to use a wide mouth jar, because if you use a small mouth jar, when you're done cooking, that shit won't come out. Yeah, but that would be. I can just see that now. I have to get a long fucking jar and stuff it full of fucking meatloaf and lay it on its side and go, "Hey, look, it's a fucking turd," because that's exactly what it's going to look like.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, you know what you could do is get one of those reusable straws, so that way once you open it up, you can run that down in there. It'll take a core out.
Yeah,
relieves that suction, and then you can take that core and push it out on one of the sides, and there's a big old veiny bastard.
This is taking a turn. I'm going to go grab a jar of this shit, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, because that now it's just killing me to do it.
While he's gone, you can tell that we plan this out far enough to go ahead, go get it. I got this. You can tell we plan this out far enough, and that we can stay on track long enough to be prepared to have that jar of canned meat ready to go. That just shows that we didn't actually think we'd make it this far into the conversation to be prepared enough. A little curious to see what this thing looks like. Canned meat. It's kind of wild. Here we go.
Yeah. I don't know how well you can see it with the lighting, but I think we're getting some reflection.
No, it's all right.
We see the
So
fat
there's some,
in it.
so that juice in there is just from being in the pressure cooker and cooking.
Yep.
Huh.
And the onion will release some juice.
Yeah.
And the meat will too, as we well know. But this is from 21, December of 21.
Wow.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, there's been a lot of things on this show that we've talked about where it's been like kind of stretch your mind. This has blown my mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even sure what the fuck to talk. Like
It is.
I am lost.
It is a true leap of faith when you do this. When you
Yeah.
do meat, it is a leap. And I know people have been doing it for hundreds of years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I get that. Michael's not been doing it for 100 years, so there's a learning curve with it, and there's a certain amount of, I don't want to say fear because it's not fear, but there's some apprehension that you need to get over when you're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. But like you could take that and put it in a water bath, like an immersion circulator, heat it back up.
Yep.
And like if you're well even if you don't use an immersion circulator, but like you take a pot of water, put it on the stovetop, heat it up, put that jar in it.
Yeah. You have to pop the top.
Yeah, but like if you're I'm thinking on a firehouse and it's a cold day, I don't feel like doing anything. Like that could be lunch.
Absolutely.
And zero work.
I'll make venison stew, and that's my meat.
Yeah,
because it's already pressure canned. It's already a familiar taste when you talk about soups and stews and shit. It's perfect. It's perfect in chili.
What's the texture like? Does it change?
No, actually, it reminds me very much of pot roast. When the Mississippi pot roast, that texture it's the same.
Okay.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Wow.
When you come over, we'll pop a top.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to say something. So my mom and dad, they've had this huge garden. It's when they moved to the house that they're in, they said they were downsizing. The house, I think, is a little bit bigger. It's all on one floor. They've got more property. There's a barn. Like, I'm not sure what they downsized, but it wasn't anything that they live in.
Hey, it's their excuse,
right? But, yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of this really great setup. I think when like my brother and his family and we go visit, they have the camper that we can stay in. And then there's 2 bedrooms. There's a camper that one family can stay in. There's 2 bedrooms in the house where the other family can stay. And a big yard for the kids to play, this garden. And they have notoriously always had a very large garden and get a ton of tomatoes. I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what else that they grow. But so mom, as the tomatoes are ripe, she'll make salsa, which is fantastic.
Yep.
She'll make a pasta salad or a sauce. She'll make tomato juice, which my dad really likes, and she cans all of this stuff. And Dad hunts, so now it's gonna be like, well, if you get some of this, like, why don't we try that? So
yeah. And again, it's a leap of faith because it's out of your comfort zone. It's out of your norm. And it doesn't make, when I really think about it scientifically, it makes perfect sense. But when I'm just looking at this shit right now, sitting on my table going, God damn, I'm going to eat that. Yeah. And then you pop the top for the first time. Yeah. God bless America. It was good. When I popped it, we were living in the Pines when I popped it. And I told Jennifer, I said, I would have shared it with you, but she goes, oh, it wasn't that good. I said, no, I ate it all. It was really good, including the onion. So, yeah. But, yeah.
All right. Well, there it is, folks. We're going to wrap this one up with that. It's really good. You should try it. What was it, 11 minutes, 11 pounds for 90 minutes?
11 PSI for 90 minutes. And if you have bigger jars, you might have to go a little bit longer, but you'll figure it out as you go. Do a little research and you'll be good to go.
Yeah. You heard it here first. Can your meat.
Oh, it's good. It's fucking real good.
All right. That's it. Thanks for watching. Keep tuned in. Like we said in the last show, there's some things coming up. So as you're watching the shows and you're paying attention, you'll be some of the first to know. I say first to know. I don't even know when these are going to air, but you'll find out, and you can reach out to us, let us know. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.